We are live. And we are now connected to Facebook and YouTube. All right. Oh, let's get the comments going. And we are got live comments. There we go. I am just sitting here patiently waiting on everybody to join me this Tuesday evening. December, what is today? The 13th of 2022. We are almost at the end of a year. Can you believe this? It's just craziness, isn't it? So I am a little bit early, but as you come on, just say hello and where you're from. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I am streaming to my YouTube page as well as my VIP group on Facebook. And this evening we're going to be doing 2 cards. Well, really we're going to do 3. I'm going to do a real quick one for you. Hello, how are you? You're the first one here. And I'm not sure who it is because you must be on Facebook because I can't see your name, but that's okay. I decided I'd come on early before things got messed up. Hey, Wisconsin. How's the weather over there? Are y'all experiencing that cold? Ugh. It's chilly. I know for you guys, chilly is all relevant, right? So, or relative, I should say. It got down like, I don't know if it's 62 or 65 outside. And I'll tell you what, I was about to freeze to death. So I can't imagine living in y'all's state with it being so cold. But anyways, so welcome. But we're gonna have a fun night. I've got a couple of cards to show you. One that I messed up the week, I think it was the week before, and that's gonna be a real quickie. And anyways. So it'll be fun. We'll learn something new tonight. Another new fun fold, which I'm looking forward to. So we're going to just give it a few more minutes. It's 3 minutes to 7. So I'll probably give it 4 or 5 because people tend to come on a little bit later than they should, but that's okay. They got to straggle in. We'll give them a few minutes. That's why I figured I'd start with a card that I messed up last week so they really won't, I mean, they'll miss that one, but they won't miss a lot. I'll save the good stuff towards the end. So, very cold and windy. Snow at, oh my gosh, 35 degrees. Oh, I don't know how y'all do it. I would just not want to go outside. I mean, I like the snow when I lived in Virginia, which in Virginia Beach, you know, if we got a fleck of snow, they closed everything down. Hey, Karen, you know, they see a spot of snow, like a little flake, they shut everything down because we're not used to it, right? So you don't know how to drive in it. Of course, people drive because they're crazy anyways. And I would love to watch the snow as long as I didn't have to get out. When I was working in the bank management, of course, I had to be in the office regardless, come hell or high water. I had to be there, make sure my employees could get there. But when I moved over to being a mortgage loan officer, I worked my own schedule and work from home and all that other stuff. So that made it really nice so I could not have to leave the house. And I could look out the front and see, you know, the snow, no steps before the dogs got in it, nobody walking. It was just absolutely beautiful. I just don't want to be in it. I just don't like the cold. You know, there are those of us that like the cold and those that don't, and I'm one of the ones that don't. So, and I'm, you know, and it's just like you probably don't like the hot, humid weather, which we get here, which is in the mid to, you know, high 90s, depending on what day of the year it is. But anyways, I feel for you, you know. Oh, and I did have a fireplace in my last house that I owned, which I loved. It was a gas fireplace. I turned it into a gas. But it was nice. So when it got chilly, I'd turn the fireplace on and would lay there and just, you know, chill out. And I had a condo down in the Outer Banks, which is my little weekend getaway, and that had a real fireplace. So I bought those the logs that you can buy, you know, the paper logs or whatever they're called, I forget. And I put those in there, and my husband and I would pull one of the mattresses off the bed, in the extra bedroom, and pull it out there. And we'd lay in front of the fireplace and watch TV. It was nice. We had a good time. I love that place. We had so much fun there. I had girls' weekends down there. Oh my goodness, that was a lot of fun. Hi from Maryland. It's 30 degrees, Patty. Oh, Don't you wish you were back in Florida? You better tell your mom she better rethink that moving up there. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's in the 60s. I know this morning I got up, I think it was 62. It wasn't that bad. But I went out, I'm down on the island, so I went out to walk the dog, and I've got capris and a short sleeve shirt on, and the wind was picking up a little bit, and it was getting right chilly. So it's probably maybe in this, I don't know, it might be in the low 70s for all I know. Good Lord, girl, 30. Somebody in Wisconsin said it's 35 and supposed to be snowing. So hopefully you're not going to get any snow. Oh, you're ready for some snow? Ooh. Well, see, that's the difference. Some of us don't like to live in the cold. I'd rather lay on the beach and sweat and then complain how hot it is. So, why not? But, it's what makes the world go round, right? Everybody's different. Everyone's different. I think it was Linda Carver. She had posted a picture of her outdoor, looking at her backyard, I guess. And it was all snow, hadn't been walked on. It was all these trees. Oh my gosh, it was absolutely beautiful. And I could look out the window all day as long as I don't have to go outside in it. I'm fine. So, oh my gosh. What can you say? All right, we're going to give it another 2 minutes and then we'll get started. So, welcome those who have joined us. Appreciate it. We're going to do, I'm going to do a quickie of the one card that the fun fold that I did. I think, was it last week that I messed it up? I don't know what day it was. I'm going to do that real quick, and then we're going to move on to a new gift card. It's a flip gift card holder. I figured that'd be the last one we'll do for the holidays. And then we'll move on to another card, and hopefully we'll have time to get all this done. So I'm going to start in 1 more minute. And while we're waiting for everybody else, I'm going to go ahead and do my little spiel so you all know what's going on. I just read that, and you've probably seen it on Facebook. Stampin' Up! This Thursday, the 15th, is doing free shipping. So it starts at midnight, which is, now this is all mountain time, so just keep that in mind, mountain time. And it runs through 11:59 or 11:58 or whatever the time is before midnight. So keep that in mind, because this is a great time if you're looking to purchase things that are on the clearance rack or things that are discontinuing. Then now's the time to do your shopping, or if there's anything else in the catalogs that you want, now's the time to stock up and not pay any shipping. So if you need adhesive, anything, dimensionals, anything like that, go ahead and get an order in so that you can take advantage of the shipping. Because I think shipping now minimum is $7.95, and then once you get over that, then I think it's still the 10%. And then if you want 2-day shipping, which is what I typically do when I do larger orders, that's like $20 plus whatever the shipping will be on top of that. But anyways, you would pay the $20 if you want it expedited, but you don't pay any of the shipping over and above that. So just keep that in mind. So the 15th is the day you want to do some shopping. And just to let you all know, I do offer gift cards. So if you have someone that would like a gift and they do stamping, or if you yourself, I email them out after I get the order. I print it, type it up, and have your name put on there and who it's from. So if your husband or spouse or significant other doesn't know what to get you, send me an email with some items that you want. Have them then email me how much of a gift card, and I can either order the product and have it shipped to the house, or I can just send him a gift card that he can give to you. However you want to do that, either way is fine. And that might work as well. I had several ladies do that for their mom, which I was very sad. I found out this past couple weeks ago that she passed away unexpectedly, and I was just devastated because she was just such a sweet lady, and I don't know what happened. But anyways, so gift certificates are available, so keep that in mind as well. So you can have them just email me how much they want. I can send a PayPal invoice, and then they're good to go. So that's the 15th. That's Thursday. The next thing is, I'm going to go ahead and flip my calendar down. I've got my tutorial bundle, pardon me, for December. So if you spend $50 in my online shopping store, then you're going to get 44 projects. And these are most of these, well, now these aren't really holiday. These are moving into next year. So there are a few best wishes. Yeah, they're really not much holiday. They're summery. We've got some springy looking things. So there is a few Christmas ones, but not too many. This is a great bundle to have to give you some, inspiration and ideas. And you can change it up the way you want to. So once I get the email that your order has been placed, use my host code right there. And I will email you out this tutorial bundle. Now, for those that are on my newsletter list, first of all, I did not send it out today, and my apologies. I will get it out tomorrow. Hi, Idaho. I figured you were fixing hubby. He's getting close to having surgery, isn't that tomorrow? Oh, goodness. Good luck to him. What was I saying? Oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh, my newsletter. It did not go out because I had to send my computer in because it's been freezing up and locking up on me, and it won't restart and all this other mess. So after fighting with it for about a month and a half, I sent it in. Thank goodness I had an extended warranty. So I had to mail it in, which I had no idea. So I had to back up everything. And all I have is my iPad. I am not used to working on an iPad. So I tried this morning, and I was about to throw that thing out the window. My husband was busy grading on his computer, so I couldn't use his. So anyways, I got part of it done, and I was just frustrated because I don't know how to cut and paste on this iPad. It will go out tomorrow because I will use his computer. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, so the tutorial bundle, that will come to you by email once I receive notification that your order of $50 or more has been placed. And then the next thing, and the reason I said this about the newsletter, is that my paper shares, I do a paper and ribbon share every new catalog. This information and the link is down below the video, so if you are interested, you can take a look at it. Each year or each catalog, I take and purchase all of the paper, divide it up in fourths, so it takes 4 people to, obviously to purchase. We get a quarter of it. And you get a sampling of each paper, so you can see what they are, because, the catalog doesn't do the paper justice. I'm telling you that right now. As if you watched my video last week, you would have seen how beautiful the papers are. So what I normally do, if they're 6x6, which we have 4 packs that are cut 6x6, then you'll get 12 of those. And then the 12x12 packs, I cut them at 6x12. I think it's easier and more useful for you all to have a 6x12. You get more use out of that paper than you would if it's a 6x6. So overall, so there's 14 papers. That also includes the flowers and more. It's a host set. And then there's 2 celebration papers that I'm throwing in as well. So you'll get all of that. So the cost, if you're shipping it priority mail, for a paper share, it's $68, and the ribbon share is $28. But you're getting 168 sheets of paper, and that's like 40 cents a sheet just for the paper. So just keep that in mind. The link is down below if you're interested. Just fill out the Google form, and then I'll invoice you through PayPal. Okay, so with that being said, oh, you got to get up at 4:45. Well, good luck to him. Tell him we're thinking of him, and he'll be in our thoughts while he's having that surgery. So make sure you feed him really good tonight, because he probably won't be able to eat anything in the morning, right? All right, I'm going to start back. Remember the card that I started that I messed up? I think it was last week, if I'm not mistaken. This one, like here. Do you remember this one? Well, I'm going to do it again real quick just to show you all what it's supposed to look like. So your paper is 8.5 by 4 1/4. Let me confirm, because I don't want to lie to you all. I tell you. Yeah, it's 8.5 by 4 1/4. Okay, we're going to score it at 8.5. So it's going to be what? We're going to score. Did I say 8.5? Yeah, 8.5. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Yeah, there's 8.5. So we're going to score this at what? 4 1/4. So let's get that scored. Now, this is where I messed up before. On our score line, we're going to diagonal from the right to the left, top right to the bottom left to get our card so that it's going to fold the way that we want it. So we're going to line this up in the track. I'm going to get both ends lined up. This won't take long because I've got all the other stuff already done. So we're going to go ahead and score this right from tip to tip. All right. and then that's where our fold's going to go. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. I just think this is such a cute card. I wanted y'all to see this. So when it works, it's going to work like that. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to place, I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. I'm going to put this here on this side. So I'm going to lay this on the inside. So let's go ahead and glue this down. I'm not wasting any time tonight because I've got several cards I want to show you. Now this paper is so pretty, and this is one that's retiring. I think. Well, no, it's not. We're still in the catalog. This is, I think it's the linen, and I think it's what it's called. So I'm going to lay this right here, and then I'm going to bring my paper trimmer in one more time because I'm going to cut this, and we're going to cut it so that we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut right down the center, and get that right there. And we're going to cut that right up. Now I have another piece so I can make another card with it, right? Get this up. And then we're just going to attach this to our front piece. So that's going to go just like that. And then we will, and I'm putting the real pretty colors out. I just love this. It's a really pretty paper. I didn't use this as much as I should have. I'm going to have to move my chair up a little closer because I'm sitting a little bit back. I got tired today. I never take naps. I was here and I had to lay down. Every afternoon, I don't know about y'all, every afternoon about 2:30, 3 o'clock, it's usually closer to 3. I start getting like an attack of just tiredness, and I laid down and I fell asleep. I took 30-minute nappy do. All right, so there, see how it's working now if we score it the correct way. Now this is going to be our, this is a get well card. So we're going to put that right there. So what that's going to do is that's going to be my opening piece. That's going to hold that in place. And I just so happen to have dimensionals already on here from the last time because I didn't do it right? So I'm going to go ahead and fold this. I'm going to put it at an angle. I'm going to put it like right about like that, okay? Now this one, our oval, this is what I already did. I stamped the Kleenex from the Speedy Recovery, and that is, I think that is on the clearance rack. And I use the fitting framelits. I use the what I call the frame because it's got these little ridges on it. The oval, that is what that frame cuts out, and then I use the larger oval, and I just layered all of this together. So what we're going to do is I'm going to lay this on here so that when it stands up, the box of Kleenex. So I'm only going to take and put adhesive on this side of my oval, okay? So I'm only going to do it on probably this. I'm going to measure because I want it to be like that. So I'm only going to put it like down here, and we'll make sure that that's going to hold it. And then I'm going to lay it. I'm going to get it to where I want it to, so it stands up. So I'm going to lay it probably right about there. I'll probably come down just a little bit so it's not hanging over the edge. All right. And then that's how that card is supposed to look. Now, isn't that cool? Let me flip it up. So see how easy that was? So it's 8.5 by 4 1/4, score it in half, and then cut 2 4-inch squares, and then right diagonal from top right to the bottom left. But isn't that cute? Get it up close so y'all see. Isn't that? I like that. I thought that was a cute card. Okay. All right, so we're moving on. Let's go on. All right, the next one we're going to do is our flip gift card holder. And I got this, pardon me, from Susan Campfield. She and I belong to the same coaching group, and I happened to somehow she popped up in my feed. And this is the cutest little thing. I want you, and you may have seen this. If you have, then just bear with me. But it's using a base for your card, just your 5.5 by 4 1/4. Now this one I did a little bit different than the next one. But what you do, you got a little pull thing here. So when you pull, there's your gift card. Isn't that cute? And then you just pop that in the mail to somebody. So it's just something a little bit different. So I'm going to run you through and show you how this is going to put together. And I will tell you that I know that y'all are probably tired of seeing these gnomes, and I will not probably use them any longer. I'll try not to. I love these gnomes, but one thing to keep in mind is the gnomes dies will be carrying over into the new catalog, so keep that in mind. There is another gnome set that they're coming out with, so just keep that in mind. So keep your gnomes dies. Keep your gnome stamp set, but there's another one coming out that you'll enjoy. Okay, so I went ahead and cut out the gnome because we're going to decorate him. But let me go ahead and pull out my supplies and let's get started. And I'm going to give you all the measurements that we need. And I am going to use the little mini Stampin' Cut and Boss machine. So I've got him right over here on my side. All right, so let me give you the your pieces, and then we're going to we'll color the gnome, and then we'll do some cutting. Okay, excuse me. Your card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this is Balmy Blue. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now this one, we're going to put a piece of basic white underneath, so it's going to be your next layer, right? So that's 4 by 5 1/4. And then this one, we've cut down. This is your designer paper, and this is using from the gnomes as well. And this is 3 3/4 by 5. All right, now this one, we're going, okay, let me do that before we go through anything else. All right, so that's 3 3/4 by 5. Your pull mechanism is pull, as in P-U-L-L, 2 inches by 6. And we got to score this, so let me go ahead and score it. And we're going to score at 2 and 2 1/2. Okay, so we're going to score it at 2 inches. So 2 by 6, score at 2, and then move it up to 2 1/2, and then score again. Okay? All right, so we're going to put him off to the side. And then we've got 2 other pieces, which is going to be the actual flippy part, if you will, for the gift card. And you've got, and I use the same coordinating colored cardstock. This is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And the basic white is 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. Okay, and then we'll decorate this when we get done. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do, I'm going to fold this, and I'm going to fold this. So we want to get it, let me use my bone folder. And if you've seen this before, I think it's a cute, I've not seen this one before. Okay, now, so the first thing we need to do is we are going to, let me go ahead and lay my white on here. So let's go ahead and glue this down, because this is just really going to be kind of a showpiece, just to give it some backdrop, I guess. All right, so we're going to put this one down. I did not do that. My previous one that I showed you all, I just put it all as designer paper, but I thought I would do it this way. All right, so we're going to put that there. So we're going to leave that alone. Now this, we're going to come in, and we need to cut a slot for our pull, okay? So we're going to come in with the little mini, and I'm using one of the stitched rectangle framelits, and we're going to cut this right kind of in the center of our paper so that we can get our flip in there, because the whole idea is once we cut the hole, it's going to go in like this, let's say under the paper, and then this is going to come out, and then when we pull it, it's going to open, okay? So that's going to be how it's going to work. So let's go ahead, and you'll understand once we get this thing cut. So let me go ahead and bring this little dude in, and bear with me. He's barely fitting in there, boy, let me tell you. 3 inches wide. So I'm going to put him right, try to get it right in the center. And hopefully I get it right. Hopefully it's not going to be off. I'm going to go with that and see what happens. So let's see. Push him down. I'm going to hold it in place. And let's see if we can get it, crank it through. And then the next thing, which I got to stamp a sentiment, we're going to cut that out as well. But let's go ahead and get this done, and then we'll do the sentiment. Okay, so let's put him out of the way. He's going to come back in a minute. All right, so this is our pull thing. Now, we're going to pop this up on dimensionals, but this is how it's going to work. So we're going to take and put some tear and tape right here, okay? And then we are going to attach this to this on the top of this card, so that when we pull it through, it's going to pull this open, okay? It's going to go like that. We're going to attach it to the top of that card. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this. If you have any stamping that you want to do, go ahead and stamp it. But we're going to put the gnome on there and color it, so we're good to go ahead and adhere this down. All right. So because we want to get our pull mechanism lined up and in the place, so that it's working. Okay, so let's sit that there. All right, now let's get our tear and tape. If I can find, no, it's out here. Here it is, right in front of my face. All right, so we're going to put tear and tape right on here, right where we did our score. So we're going to put some right there. Give me just a second. You know, it just pains me to have to tear stuff. And then I've got to look at this because the last time I did it, I screwed this thing up. And then we're going to put at the there, and let's see, we got that, and this one. Oh yeah, okay. And then we're going to put that on this little piece right here on the inside flap. We're going to put a piece of tear and tape. I hope I don't mess this up, you guys. Keep your fingers crossed, because you know me. If anybody's going to mess it up, it's going to be Dawney. All right, so we've got that on there. Now, let's just go with the fact that this is going to be our top, right? So what I want to do is I want to attach the flippy part. Let me make sure it's laying flat and it's scored. Hang on a second. My scoring is off just a little bit. All right. So we are going to attach that to this right here. This will be the top of the card. So that's going to get it here just like that, right? So that's going to be attached, and then we're going to attach that in just a minute. So we're going to peel the tape off here. Hang on a minute. Oh, where my pokey tool is. All right, so we're going to attach that to the top. So we're going to say this is our top here. So I'm going to lay this down right at the edge. Try to get it as centered as you can. And we're going to lay that right there. All right. And then once we, oh, I did it again. I screwed that up, didn't I? Hold on a minute. I knew I was going to do this. Hang on. It's got to go the other way. Hang on a minute. I have it upside down. You got to put the long end. Hang on. It's going to, I told you if I talk too much, I was going to mess this up. Hang on. Let me pull this off. Actually, yeah, that's all right. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. I'm going to put some, give me 1 second. Let me just cut a new piece. Hold on. I knew I was going to do that. Hold up. Hang on, hang on, hang on. 2 by 6, 2 by 6. I'm trying to find a piece. I told you I was going to flip it around the wrong way. I always make things look more difficult than they are. All right, hang on a second. Let me get a 2-inch piece and cut it real quick. And we'll do it right. I put it on upside down. It needed to go the other direction. So let me just cut 2 inches real quick. See? I jinxed myself. And I can flip it over, but I'm afraid that this is going to stick. So let me go ahead and do my scoring one more time. Sorry about that. All right, let's get this down to 6 inches. So we'll cut that. And then we're going to score it at 2. Whoops, get my trimmer out of the way. All right, so we're going to score it 2 inches and 2.5. I don't know what it is with me trying to do oddball stuff, you know, but it's okay. So it shows you what not to do. That's why I do that. Just joking. Okay, so again, we're going to flip this down. I had it backwards because I kept thinking this was the short side. Okay, here we go. Let's put our tape back on here. All right, we're going to do a piece of tear and tape. Put that right there and tear that off. And then we're going to put this on the flap of the front. And this is the part that I'm trying to make sure I've got right. Yeah, that's got to go right there on the paper. Yeah, okay. On the inside. Let me see if that's going to go. Hang on a minute. Let me make sure I got this right. I'm positive it's supposed to go that way. So this is going to go, yes, so it's got to go right here on that side. Yep, it has to go right here at the top. If I mess this up, then we're done. We're moving on. I swear I think it's at the other side. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to look at my piece. All right, this one's got a pull. So this one, all right, hang on. My pull is going to come this way. So it has to go, hold on a minute. This is my pull. This goes at the top of the card. And that's going to go down.
this piece is the one that's holding it. So that's the short piece. I'm just trying to understand what I did here. I did have it right to begin with, didn't I? Hang on a minute. That's going to go there. Look at this. What am I doing wrong? I've got it. Why is it not cooperate? That's got to go. Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. I see what I did. We're still good. I need to put it on this side. Sorry, I put it on the wrong side. So we just won't tear the tape off the back side. Here I really thought I was doing pretty good with this. And then we're going to put tape on. All right, so that's going to go like that. And then this piece is going to go on the inside. I'm trying to deconstruct my... Now this is the short one. Hang on a minute. Let me look at this. Yeah, that's going to go like... No. Okay, I did have it right the first time. Because I wasn't thinking. This part has to go in for our pull to pull us through. So this piece is the longer one. So I was right to begin with. So I had it right to begin with. So we're going to lay that right there. My fault. I was looking at my thing ass backwards. All right, this is where we're going to put our other piece of adhesive, because that's going to hold while we pull this when we go through the flap, okay? It will make sense in just a momento. We're going to put it right here, and that's going to glue down. So this is going to go through here. So I'll show you. That's going to go in there. This is going to, we're going to get it even, and then this little piece right here, we're going to put adhesive right there so it will hold on to the paper, so that it will flip. All right, so if this is glued down, then I pull like that, okay? So we're gonna put a little bit of adhesive right here. Ignore that, that's a mistake. Imagine that. Okay, so we're gonna put a little piece right here. Just pretend you don't see that piece in the middle. It is really easy. You just have to remember which way, but once you stick it in the sliding thing, then it really makes sense. All right. So we're going to put this through here, and then we're going to line up where we want, because we want a little bit of our thing holding out, right? Because we got to be able to pull it, and then we want to get it in the card. So I'm going to place it, I think, about like that. I think that looks pretty centered. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this down. All right, now, so when I pull it, see how it's going to flip? So that's what I was trying to get to. All right, see, I knew what I was doing. I just didn't do it right. Okay, well, now we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of this thing. And then I'm going to cut, this should, once we mount this, yeah, that's going to be perfect, because there's not going to be, that should be fine as far as getting in the card. So I'm going to use the Label Me Fancy. And I should have done this before I put this in here, so hopefully I can get it cut with it not being so crooked. I'm going to lay this in here because it's got the little slot punch, and I'm going to just snip a little bit off, and hopefully I can get it straight. I want to do that because I'm going to put a little piece of ribbon that we can use to pull through the card, okay? And I always wondered, I knew that was that, but this one apparently is if you want to do like a little piece of twine. I didn't know that. Okay, so now we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this, and then we'll go ahead and get this popped up. So now that you see not to do what I did, which I'm famous for, it really is an easy card. It's just trying to remember which sides, I guess I'll put one on each, so I don't think we need it, but I will. Which side to put your tape, that's the bottom line, okay? So we're going to go ahead and peel all these little guys off and get it placed, and then we'll stamp our sentiments, color our gnome, and then we'll be done. And we have lots of time for our next card. I won't spend all day coloring. Won't take him long to coloring. Okay, so we're going to lay this down here, and let me stand up so I can make sure we got a little bit of the white border, which is fine. And we're going to lay that down just about like that. And that keeps it up so that our mechanism works, okay? All right, so got that part done. All right, so now we're going to stamp our sentiment, and I am going to put Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We're going to put on the inside, and then I'm going to stamp Warm Wishes. So I am going to stamp those I guess I'll do them in black. I guess we could add a little bit of color. I'm going to stamp the warm wishes. And we're going to cut these out. So I'm going to try to get it on, let me do the other one. Let me do this one first. I'm going to try to get it all on the same piece of paper. So when we run it through the die cutting machine, we'll just cut them both at the same time. And then we'll do this one right about here. Keep our fingers crossed. All right, so now let's bring this in. And then we'll add our ribbon when we get done. Let me put my stamps over here. Okay, so let's bring the machine back in. And we're going to line up our, I'm using another rectangle. I'm going to use the same rectangle for this smaller sentiment, the warm wishes, and then I'm going to cut this one down. So I'm going to lay this on here. And I'm probably going to end up having to, hang on, let me get the other plate. This one, I've been meaning to order plates, and the last two orders, this one's flatter. The last two orders I placed, I forgot to put my plates in there. So I'm still using these worn out plates, and they look pitiful, but all right, we're gonna, I'm gonna do that like that, and hopefully that's straight, because we're gonna cut that off anyways. And then I'm using one of the other rectangle squares, and we're gonna place that right there. I don't think I need to tape this down, but we'll see. If I do, I will. I'm hoping that I can get it on here with the top, and hang on, without putting tape on it. Hopefully we can get it on there and cut it straight. Okay, keep our fingers crossed. Okay, hold our breath. And let's see, push down. All right, there we go. That works. Well, maybe not. How come it doesn't want to go through? Ooh, there we go. A little tight. Woo! That'll get your arms going. Okay, let's move this guy out of the way. Sorry for making so much noise. Hello from Ohio. All right, welcome everyone. Okie doke. So, you've seen what not to do again. Oh, gotta love it. Okay, so we've got, let me move my plates out of the way. They are pitiful looking, aren't they? Pitiful. All right, so we're gonna bring our card back in. And the black is pretty black. I probably should have done like a navy blue or something. All right, let's color our gnome real quick. It won't take long to get him colored. We're gonna, he's got that little light lantern he's holding. So let's color his nose and hands. We're gonna do the dark petal pink. So we're just, we'll get him colored pretty fast. I love these gnomes, and the gnomes and the new catalog fit the dies. So it's good, and I think it's a cute set. So if you're into the gnomes, obviously you want to maintain and keep your gnomes. And let's see, let's do his hat. This is dark, so let's no, I think I'll do his pants in the dark, but let's outline this real quick, and we'll give him a little bit of some shading here. Of course, we've got that. All right, now we'll come back. I don't know if we need to do that, but let's go ahead and outline his pants. All right, so let's come back. This is Balmy Blue, in case you're wondering. So I'm just gonna color. And my Balmy Blue is getting pretty pitiful. I think I've ordered a new one. Let me see if I can get yeah, see that one, the tip doesn't even work because it's, yeah, I do have a Balmy Blue up there. So, just take a few minutes to get him to color. Actually, I may just go ahead and make him dark. Let's make his hat dark. That way we don't have to sit here and watch me play with coloring. So we'll just color him, have him have a dark hat. And everybody colors different, so however you want to color your gnomes, that's, you know, whatever works for you, right? All right, and that's that. And then we'll just come down here and do his pants. Get that little piece right there. Got his sleeve. Oops, got to do his little arm right here. Looks like he's wearing a jumpsuit. But that's okay. All right, we're going to come in with some crumb cake, dark crumb cake, and we're going to color his shoes real quick. And I don't know what it is that's made these gnomes so popular. You know, there's always the trends that come through. It just cracks me up. And then I'm going to use some soft, oh, I forgot my, oh, no, there it is. I'm going to use So Saffron for the light inside his little lantern. And this is the dark. And then we're going to come back with, this is the Smoky Slate for his beard. Just give him some gray. And I'm going to go ahead and add, I did use a different gray, but this one, since I don't want to waste a lot of time, I'll just color this silver too. All right, there's our gnome. So let's put him, we're going to pop him up on dimensionals. And then we're going to add our sentiments. So this makes it a fun gift card holder. And then we're just going to add, what I will do is, I'm just going to, let me put another one on here. I'm going to attach my gift card with a glue dot. Then that way it makes it easy. They can just peel it right off. Okay. So let's put our little gnome right about there. And then this piece, we're going to pop up on dimensionals. This is my little sentiment. And I think I have some tiny, yeah, I do. This says warm wishes. So we'll get that in here. But this is such a cute set, you know. And the gnomes, when you think outside the box now, just because this one was designed for winter doesn't mean you can't use it for other types of times of the year. You just change up your colors and don't use the paper. And you'll see the one in the new catalog. You know, so you'll have, if you didn't buy this particular gnome set, then you'll have that one, and then you can use it. So now this one, I guess I shouldn't put that there because we're not going to use that. I'm going to cut this off because I don't want this long piece right here. So I'm going to do the warm wishes. Well, I guess I'm going to cut it from this end. And let's see how far, yeah, let me cut it right about here. And then we're going to just pop this on with the dimensionals and put him right here. And then we're going to use some of our little embellishments that came with the set. I'm going to tap that right there. All right. And then the inside piece, we're just going to use our adhesive because this is going to go on the inside where the gift card's going to go. All right. So we're going to put that on the top flap right here. So there's that greeting. And then we're going to take our gift card, whatever, oh, there he is. And I'm going to add that with a glue dot. Hopefully that will still stick. Hang on a minute. And then we'll add our, get a glue dot. And then we'll add our pull string or ribbon. And then this would be done. So this is kind of a quick, easy, you know. If you need a gift card holder, and I'm just going to put one glue dot on here. You might want to put a couple that are in, let me see if it's going to stick. I don't know if I got it. Yeah. Nope, I didn't get the glue on here. Hold on a second. I thought I pulled him off, but apparently I didn't. Hang on. All right, so we're going to put a glue dot. I'm just going to put it kind of towards the center, just for now. There we go. All right, so we're going to lay him right here and just tap him down. And then I'm going to use some of our crinkled, no, am I going to do crinkled ribbon? Yeah, let's do the crinkled ribbon. I have it over here somewhere. Oh, here it is. I'm going to use the crinkled ribbon. I'm just going to pull a little bit of that through and just, I'm going to make just a pull thing. So I'm going to just push it through here and just kind of loop it in. Kind of like you do a luggage tag. So we'll get that in there. Oh, there's the glue dots on the thumb. So hang on a minute. Let's get this guy in there. Get in there, bad boy. The crinkled ribbon is nice, but man, there we go. All right, so we're just gonna, well, hang on. I always make things look so difficult, don't I? One, I need to get my nails done. They're way too long. And then I'm just gonna loop it through, and then we'll trim up the ribbon. Once I get my fat fingers in the way, out of the way. You know, some people just have ease when it comes to ribbon, and I am just like two thumbs and, you know, get that thing through there. go. There we go. All right, well, I got my ribbon in backwards, but that's all right. You get the gist of it. Flip it around so you get the pretty part. But for now and for time's sake, we're going to leave it like that. All right, so there is, now I don't put glue dots here, dimensional, so just keep that in mind. You're only going to put them in the corners, and I put them on each side. So there you go. Isn't that a cute little cute gift card holder? And then you just pop it up. And then we're going to add some of our beautiful gems. So let's put those on there so we can make this thing look all nice and pretty. So we'll just pull in some of our blue to go with our snowy look. And we'll put a little one. And let's add, I don't know, let's do a peachy one. Let's do a small peachy. Put one here. Let's stick one there. And let's do pink. Why not? And we'll do a big pink one. Oh, I think I'd rather do that down. Anyways, you get the gist of it. All right, so there's our gift card holder. Isn't that cute? And then you can just take your white and put it on the back and write your message if you want to do that. So there you go. So don't do what I did with my mistake. So remember that when you think about putting this through, the longer piece is in the front. So when you put your adhesive on the flip-flop thing, the shorter piece is what is going to glue to that, okay? All right, so there's that one. Wasn't that cute? All right, now, give me 1 second. Let me just move some of this stuff out of the way because I need room. We're going to use one of the host sets from the upcoming catalog, and it is called On the Pond. Let me move him out of the way. It's a cute thing. It's these frogs. It's a two-step reversible, not reversible. It's not reversible. Excuse me. It's two-step. And it's got the outlining of a frog, and then it has the second stamp you'll stamp as his body. And it's just really cute. So I thought I'd bring that one out and show you this. So this is the stamp set, and this is a host set. So you can get this when you place an order over a certain amount. And then this is, I'm trying to move my stuff out of the way. This is what I did for the card. Now this paper here is in one of the, let me see, I think it's one of the host. It's got the 48 sheets of 12 by 12. And there is one in the celebration catalog that you can get when you spend $100. You'll get 48 sheets of 12 by 12 paper. I didn't do that one, so I'm gonna have to get that the next go round. This is Dandy Designs. And this is in the mini catalog. So but there is one in the celebration catalog that you can get with a $100 order, so you'll get it for free. Okay, so here's my frogs. Isn't that cute? So I like this paper, and this is part of that pack. And I like this because I kind of kind of look like water. All right, and this is we're using Granny Apple Green, and it's 8.5 by 5.5. Your basic, and scored at 4 1/4. And then this piece, now this one I cut at 5 by 5 1/4, but the one I'm going to do for us tonight is going to be at 5 1/4 by 5.5. So I'm going to have it cover the entire front of the card, okay? And then this piece, I think, is 3 inches by 5.5. Yeah, this is 3 by 5.5, okay? Let me just make sure that I've got my paper right here cut. And then I'm also using the sentiment from the Ways of Inspiration. But look at this stamp set. Isn't this cute? So you got the little girl frog, or boy frog, whatever, and then sit in different ways. And then some, I guess it's a dragonfly, and then little flies. And look at this. This is their tongue. So you can stamp it where he's grabbing one of those flies. Isn't that cute? And then some flowers, and then some pussy willows, I guess, and then shapes of the water. And then there's the dragonfly that you can stamp his wings on. What is that? I'm not sure what that is. To be honest with you, I don't know what that is. Huh. What would that be? There's a heart. Oh, the dragonfly body, I guess. That must go with that. So anyways, we're going to use this and this frog here. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Let me make sure my paper is cut correctly. I just want to make sure I've got it at 5.5. It's a little bit, looks like it's a little bit off. So I'm just going to trim it up just today. I thought it looked a little, let me just make sure, because I was cutting, and this should be at 4 1/4, right? 4 1/4. Yeah, that should be right. Yep, I think we're good. Okay. All right. So this is really a pretty simple card, right? Let's go ahead and let's do it the correct way. And we'll score it with our scoring 4 1/4. So let's give it a good score. I like to fold it in half, but it really does make a difference when you use the Stampin' Trimmer or your scoreboard. I use my scoreboard, but lately I've had so much stuff sitting on top of it that it's not. Oh, cattails. That's what they're called. Thank you so much. I thought they were. Yeah, you're right. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and add our piece of designer paper to the front of our card. It might be off just a little, so I may have to trim it, but I didn't want to get it too short. So we'll go ahead. And this is the back side that I'm using for the water. So this way I can use that one piece, and I've got my glue is getting held up here. So I'm using just the one piece for both. Hang on a second, let me get this. Hold on a minute. I hate when the glue it's been sitting and then it gets kind of, you got to pull out the plug. There we go. There we go. All right, so we are now going to place this down. And we're going to stamp the frogs, and then we're going to fussy cut them out. So, and it won't take that long because they're not that big. So we're going to make this the size of the card. All right, so that's pretty easy. And then this piece is going to go right there. And we'll go ahead and attach that. And then we'll build our frogs once we get all those cut and colored. And it won't take long because it's pretty easy. We're just using 2 colors. So I'm going to lay this right here. And if you look in the book when you get it, you'll see that I copied this from what one of the artists had done for this stamp set. So I've got this, I'm going to trim this off just a little bit. So always make sure when you look at your catalogs that you look at what the concept artists have done, because they've really done a lot of work for you. And so I look at it as, why should I reinvent the wheel, right? They're professionals. So I just copied what they did and used similar colors. I thought it came out pretty good, actually. Okay, so now we're going to take our big piece of white here, and we're going to pull in our granny apple and our Sahara sand and crumb cake. Crumb cake's going to be used for the sentiment. We're going to use the Sahara sand for the log and for our cattail. And then we're going to use, I'm not sure what, yeah, we'll use, we're going to use Sahara sand for everything that we're going to stamp. Now, the other thing that I have is I'm going to do a little masking, because if you notice, this log, can you see the log? That's not as big as what I need for these frogs, right? So I went ahead and did a mask. So that's what we're going to do to make it, to give it the effect that it's all one piece. And I just cut it, I just fussy cut. All right, so we're going to take our log, and one end has the rings. So I'm going to have that on the end. And let me get the right color. And let's move the frogs out of the way. I'm going to get this done first. And then, okay, so we're going to come in, and I'm going to stamp down, and then all of this is, I'm going to fussy cut. I'm going to stamp the log here. Okay, now I'm going to take my mask. What I did is stamp this on a sticky note, and I'm going to cover this up. So now when I stamp again, I'll stamp over this, and I can make it look longer. And now I'm going to turn it so that I have my other piece of my log on the other end. So I'm going to kind of give it a gauge of where I think it might go, and it really doesn't matter because we're going to, let's see, I guess I'll do it, trying to line it up with what I did before so it's not too long. And we're just going to go with that. We'll see how that works. Okay, hopefully it matches up. That's close enough, and you're not going to really see that. So that's how you do your masking, okay? Now we're going to come back and add our color. So we're going to add a little bit of color to this, and which I don't think I did on that one. I left that one, I think I like it like that. I don't think I'm going to add any color. I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. I kind of like it like that. Okay, so we're going to take this and put this away. Nope, hang on, no we're not. We're going to stamp, because all this is going to get fussy cut. So we're going to stamp this little guy, and then we'll do a little bit of coloring on him. Won't be much, but we'll do just a tad. And then we're going to come in with our frogs. Now, I've got the one frog. Hang on a minute, where's his body? All right, so inside my stamp case is the inside of my frog. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the outline. I'm going to stamp the outline of my frog because I think it'll be easier to get my color to go inside. So I'm just going to stamp 2 of these. Aren't they cute? Actually, you could just leave them like that, but we're going to go ahead and add we want his body to have some color, right? You can make them whatever color. You could use your watercolor pencils if you, well, not on your stamp. You don't want to do that. But if you wanted to color him yourself, you could do that as well. All right, so let me change out the body for his inside piece. And then what I found to do to get this color, I'm going to stand up. See his 2 eyes, the 2 holes for his eyes? That's what I line up. I line up his feet and I line up the eyes to get it inside the body. All right, and it's much easier when you do it that way because I hover over, and if my head gets in the way, I apologize. So I'm getting his feet lined up. I'm pretty sure I am. Hang on. And then I'm looking at his eyes, and I can see the 2 little dots coming through his eyes and on the stamp. Sorry, hang on. And so I'm going to hold this, get my eyes adjusted, and I think that's good. So we're going to push this down. Not too bad. Off just a little bit, but not too much. And then we'll do the same thing with this one. And I'm going to line up his feet, get my eyes lined up, and I'm going to push down. Look at that, and that's perfect. Ha! That was pretty good, Donnie. All right. Now we'll do a quick, some quick cutting. Cut these out, it won't take that long. And let me get this through here, hang on. I know this is the fun part, you get to watch me cut, but it won't take long to do this. Now what I'm going to do with the one frog is I'm going to, I'm going to cut off his leg so that they'll overlap. So let's go ahead, I'm just going to cut this real quick. And you can see this is pretty easy to do, right? There's not a whole lot to the, to the log. And we'll get this on here. Just give it a little bit of, and you just follow, you know, and I'm not the greatest when it comes to this fussy cutting stuff. I know people love to do this, but I don't think I do it as well as others, but it gets the job done. So you just go with it and stay a little as close to, you know, close to leave a little bit of room around the line. So there's that. Pardon me. And then this one, we're going to do a quick coloring on this one. And I'm just going to cut around and go up on the leaves. And we'll come back around. And then, so what do y'all think? Isn't this a cute little stamp? I'm going to, I haven't ordered that many stamps as I showed on the other day when I did my unveiling. But I am, excuse me, I am going to start using the new papers and the few stamp sets that I've bought thus far in our next Facebook Live, so we can start getting everybody gung-ho on the new stuff. And keep in mind about my paper shares, because that's a great way to get a little bit of everything for you know, a small amount of money. Considering, I think you would have spent, if you bought all of those papers, you know, granted you're going to get you know, 12 sheets or 48 sheets or whatever, but you probably won't use them all either. It'd be like $168, $170. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's move this out of the way into the trash, and then we'll cut the frogs out real quick. And see, this one I missed his foot just a little bit as far as getting the color in, but that's okay. It'll be fine. So I'm just going to cut around his little toes, and then this toe, or I don't know, what are they called? They're not toes. Whatever. Now this one I'm going to cut because I want that other frog sitting closer to him, so I'm just going to go up and cut that leg off, that leave his knee or leg or whatever, but just cut off his foot. So we're just gonna do that, and then we just go around. I just thought these were cute. All right. And we're coming around. I always have to cut the paper off. I don't know about y'all, but it gets in my way when I'm trying to color. So I mean cut. So it's just easier for me to snap it off, you know, cut it off and stop so it doesn't continue to get hung up in my scissors. All right, so we'll get rid of that, and then we have one more frog, and then we'll be done. We'll get this through. So did y'all tell me if you like the, all right, first of all, before you answer that question, who made reindeers? Did any of y'all make reindeers? The reindeers I made all, I don't know, I probably made 60. I put some in our neighbors, all of them in our neighbors' little mailboxes, except for one. I didn't have enough, so I had to make him. I don't know what I was thinking when I made holiday cards for the neighbors. But anyways, so and then I've given out quite a few to some of the working people. Some people don't want to take them because I guess it's sugar, and I keep telling them give it to somebody else, but whatever. But I just finished making 12 more, so I'll be giving those out this week. But did you all make any reindeers? And they're so easy and cute, aren't they? They're just adorable. Everybody goes, did you make that? I'm like, of course I didn't know. I'm like, yes, I did. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. It's really good, especially if you've got grandkids or young children. You know, it'd be a cute little gift to give them, you know, prior to Santa or whatever. All right, so now we're going to put our card together. So let me bring in my card base. And I'm just going to lay everybody down flat. I'm not popping anything up. Excuse me. And let's see, how do we want to do this? I think I'm going to do that one. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it this way because it looks like it's in the water. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive to this. I'm going to use my seal because I'm going to attach that. Oh, wait, before I do that, hang on a minute. Let me just color this real quick. I'm going to use my crumb cake, and I'm going to color. Oh, I forgot to get the green. Hang on a minute. Let me just color this real quick. So my little thing there, and let me get my granny apple. Hold on one second. Green. We'll do the light granny apple green, and we'll color the leaves. And get those in there. And I don't know, is this supposed to be green? We're going to make it green. Maybe it's supposed to be brown. All right, let me put a little bit of brown on this too. I tell you what, I must be getting old because some of my blends, I can't even get them opened. All right, so we're going to put this on, and I've got adhesive. And I'm going to lay that right, I'm going to put him right here like I did the card, like the other one, right? So I'm going to lay this, hopefully that it's centered. And we're going to put him right below. Actually, I want him over a little bit because I need to make sure I've got room for my frogs. Because they got to sit close together. I think that'll work. Let's go with that. All right, so we got that. And then these we're just going to glue down, right? And I'm using my seal just because it's quicker. Well, usually if it works, it is. Okay. So we're going to put this guy whose leg I chopped off. I'm going to lay him like that leaf over there is hanging on his leg. So I'm going to put him like he's sitting right there. They have like a little smirk on his face. And then this one, see, I'm going to put her next to him so it looks like you don't realize that his foot's missing. So I'm going to place her right there. So I say this is a she and he. It's a boy and a girl. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take our Sahara sand, and I'm going to stamp these little flies. They got these little flies right here. There's 3 of them. So I'm going to stamp those around I got to make sure I get them going the right direction. I have to stop and stamp them. Okay, there we go. I get confused when I was looking at them. So I'm going to stamp 3 of them right about here, which is what I did over there. Do I have, oh, I have them upside down. Ah, see why you need to pay attention? Look at that. No, what in the world? Hang on. Oh my goodness, you got to pay attention to these flies. What did I do? Are they buzzing the wrong way? What in the wild world of sports? Oh wait, they are flying that way. That's how I've got them there. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Yep, that's right. That's right. I just had them a little bit of a different angle. And then I think when let me clean this off, and I'm just gonna let me just put. I'm gonna put some ink on one, and I'm gonna put one right over here by him, and then I'm just gonna ink up two. I don't think I got any on that one. I'm twisting my ink, and then I'm gonna put two. Oh, maybe I better not. I think I better leave just the. Yeah, let me clean this. I'll just do one more by himself. I don't want to put too many flies because then, you know, let's move this out of the way. We'll put him right about here. Should put it where he's zapping his tongue on it. Okay, there we go. All right, and then the next thing that we're going to do is stamp his sentiment and get that ready to go. Where is my sentiment at? And we're going to just cut that real quick and place that on here. Oh, I just threw all my white away. Let's see. Do I have a strip long enough? Bear with me. Here we go. All right. This is what we're going to use the crumb cake for. And this says, our friendship is a thing of beauty. So I'm just going to stamp that on here. And then I'm just going to cut it in half. So if you want to use a stamp set and it's too big, then just think about, you know, cutting it down. All right, we're almost done here. So I'm just going to do some fussy cutting as usual. So I'm going to cut this down first. And it doesn't have to be exact. If you're more of a perfectionist, then cut it on your trimmer. That's fine. I'm just going to cut it, and then I'm going to cut it apart. And I could have cut this on the trimmer, but, you know, I don't, this card doesn't have to be perfect because it's a bunch of frogs. So I'm going to put, and I should have come down a little bit, but instead of putting it up here, I think I'll just put it down here. Our friendship is a thing of beauty. So I'm just going to chop off, I'll just do the same thing I did before. We'll just lay it down here. Or actually, yeah, because I put him up too high. Or I could put it in the green. Our friendship is a thing of beauty. What do y'all think? I think I'll put it down here. What do y'all think? Like that? What does that look like? Oh, I know. I'm bad at fussy cutting too. I think I'm going to put it right there. It's a little bit more room. I liked it at the top, but it's fine. This is fine. Let's just put it right here. Yeah, Patty, check Walgreens, because that's where I got mine. They had them 2 for $5. So that's 20, 40, that was 40. So I got 80 candy canes for $10. But check Walgreens, because that's where I got mine. Okay, and I'm just going to lay this down at a little bit lower right here. All right, so there's that card. Okay, let me pull in the other card. Let me move my stuff out of the way. Here's our gift card. And then what did I do with the other flippy card? Where's the flippy card? I think I flipped him all the way over here on the desk somewhere. Now I don't know what I did with him. I swear, I think I'm losing my mind. Let me see if I can find my card. What did I do with it? Oh, it's right here. Here we go. And then this is our quickie one that I did from the week before. All right, so there is our Get Well card right there, wishing you wishes. So there's that one. And then here is the frogs. Isn't that cute? I think that's a cute set to play with. And it's got the little flies and dragonflies. And then here's your last gift card holder. So going for the holidays. And then just flip it up and the person will be surprised. And then just use a glue dot, it pulls right off. All right, everybody. Have a great week. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next Tuesday. All right, thanks again, everyone. Make sure that you share my video, if you don't mind, with other paper crafters. I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, have a great evening. Bye.